Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. On tonight's Versus, we have Wild Turkey Rare Breed Barrel Proof Rye coming in at a 56.1% ABV, no age statement, versus Wild Turkey Rare Breed Barrel Proof Bourbon coming in at a 58.4% ABV, no age statement. So, I've been doing a lot of Wild Turkey products, and because they're actually really damn good things. And this is coming from somebody that started off in Scotch, and they're one of the first bottles that I was like, holy crap, what is Wild Turkey doing that's getting this price point that is really damn good? I say the same thing with Maker's Mark, because I love Maker's Mark. But I wanted to put these two up against each other, just because I'm curious on how much of a difference there is between their bourbon and rye. And I hope that you have the same questions at home. So we're going to be comparing notes, taste, and then kind of wrapping up at the market pricing. So let's get into it. But I'll be linking some other Wild Turkey product reviews above and down below, so you can enjoy those after this one. I'll also be doing some comparisons between this one and their other rye offerings as well. Same thing with the bourbon offerings. So tons of comparisons going on. Right. I love their bottle shapes, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that in my past videos. I love these kind of just stocky bottles with that cool neck pour on them. Really cool looking. Going on color, the bourbon is a good shade darker. I was really surprised. In the bottle, I didn't think it was that much of a difference. There's definitely a difference there. So, let's start off on the rye. Get this beautiful green apple up front. The spiciness from the rye is showing up. Bit of black pepper as well. But the caramel is mixing in there with the spices and that bit of apple. It's coming across almost like a baked goods now. Like an apple pie, but not as much cinnamon and clove and spices, but that rye spice. Like, I guess if you made rye bread, I wouldn't say like a high quality rye bread, like the cheaper brands out there. I can't think of a brand off the top of my head, but nothing that's really pungent in the rye, and sliced up some apples. Yeah. With a little bit of caramel drizzle over them. Yeah, nice and simple. Actually, the ABV does show up a little bit right now for me, but it's such a strong barrel proof, my brain's thinking it's a little warm. And as I'm acclimating to that, it is getting softer, but you can definitely tell the ABV is high in here. But it's not because of the ethanol. So, let's take a look at the bourbon. Oh, actually, wow. Very similar. Very similar. Here you're getting more of that caramel. Definitely showing up. Your classic, your oak is showing up on the nose here. Yeah, bit of oak, the barrel spice is on there. Here you're getting more of the rye herbal spice, bit of mint in there now. Yeah, here you don't get the rye spiciness of it, obviously. But they're actually very similar. Almost a bit of a light orange zest going on. And maybe a little bit of I guess, like a tobacco going, like a fresh tobacco leaf. Just a little bit. But this one even has less ABV on the nose. Wow, the ABV difference on that. This one smells warmer. This one smells so classic. You're just getting a nice oak, the caramel, a little bit of a barrel spice going on there, bit of black pepper. The sweetness is there, but it's not super strong. And again, the spice notes that are coming through are nothing like rye. They're more just this nice, spicy quality to it. And that bit of tobacco leaf is kind of rounding out a little bit of earthiness in there. Wow. Really surprised on that. But yeah, very similar. Here I'm actually getting more of almost tea now. A little bit of a tea note. Yeah. Love that. All right, let's go for tastes. I'm going to acclimate to that taste because it's very warm. Spice characteristics are showing up right from the get-go. But they're not overpowering, and that's what I think I like about this one comparatively to other ryes. Though you're bringing in the ABV, you're getting more of that herbal versus the medicinal that rye can bring sometimes. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the medicinal ryes. It's just got a nice, spicy mouthfeel to it. Bit of green apple in here, bit of caramel. The oak is showing up, but it's not super upfront. The herbal mint freshness really showing up though. And it's almost got this, like, if you took gingerbread without the ginger and you just had this almost biscuity concept going on here, I think that's what this reminds me of. It's kind of spicy, herbal, but without ginger. It reminds me of like a cookie of some sort. I don't know, some kind of biscuit. And again, surprisingly that the ABV doesn't really hit you in the face. It's warm. It's got some weight to it. But honestly, it's not because of the ABV of like, ooh, this has got a huge ethanol layer. Everything comes together really well for the rye version. All right, let's go in for the bourbon. Now, you'll have to understand, going against two barrel-proof versions here, I'm going to be a little flavor blind, but definitely you get this nice fruit, that bit of cherry in there. That tobacco is showing up too here at the finish. Oak is showing up definitely in the middle. And the spiciness that it's bringing is definitely different than the spiciness over here. This is more barrel spice, where this is more rye spice. Obviously, I know. A bit of orange in there. I love that cherry coming across. That's one reason why I love Maker's Mark. I love the cherry it brings. But this encapsulates a lot of your classics. When you think classic bourbon, in my opinion, this is it. This is his classic bold flavors. Yes, you can go back down to the 101 or maybe even the 81 proof and get similar things. This is as classic to me as you can get though. The flavors are pronounced, they're bold. You have this oak, the cherry, the bit of orange zest in there. That tobacco earthiness is there. That spice from the barrel is really good here too. Caramel showing up beautifully too. Almost like almost dipping caramel. Where here it's more like a caramel drizzle. Here it's like I just dipped something in caramel. It's great. It's got a great mouthfeel to it as well. Again, it's got that nice, coats very well, and it leaves you with a great mouthfeel without feeling like that it's a high ABV or it's got that ethanol layer. They both have that cut out there that you don't have to worry about. That's really good. All right, let's talk about market pricing, because we all know market price is market price. It's always going to vary. In my market, this usually costs between $60s to $70. Sometimes online I've seen it go as high as $80. I can pick up this one for about $45. I've seen it go as low, if I can find that at Total Wine, for like $35, $40. Usually though, if I'm not shopping around too hard, it's usually 45 to just shy of 50. The question is, which one would I pick up as a good drinker? Honestly, this is a big price difference, and this is where it gets a little hard, because I love the flavors on the rye, but I think that the barrel-proof bourbon is really going to win it for me. Honestly, for the price difference of about 60s and for 45, I can get this and 101, which usually cost me just shy of $18 at Total Wine, for almost the same price as one bottle of this. Do I think this is a bad pour? By all means, no. I think it's just getting a little bit higher. As most ryes do, they tend to cost a little bit higher. If you get up in the 70 plus range, I really think it's getting out of its wheelhouse. But here, I feel like it starts off at 45, and I would still be okay paying 50 to 55 for this bottle. Where here, I feel like I'm already at my top of the dollar, going about 60. Going to 65, you're really kind of stretching me thin, and going plus the 70 plus, you're kind of getting out of my price range. So personally, I'm going to give it to the bourbon. So yeah, there you have it. The Wild Turkey Rare Breed Barrel Proof Rye versus the Wild Turkey Rare Breed Barrel Proof Bourbon. Not going to tell you how many times it told me to say that after having a few sips of this stuff. If you have any questions about either bottle, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific bottles I should put up against each other, let me know down below as well. Love doing these A/B comparisons and learning right along with you. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, and I really like it might